Morning. Happy Friday, y'all. Your word today is skullduggery. That's right, skullduggery. Go ahead, hit pause, and try to figure out the definition and part of speech. All right. So to figure out the part of speech, we're going to take the sentence, the structure of it, and we're going to plug in a totally unrelated word, okay, and try to figure out the part of speech. So think about this. We have the word some right before the word skullduggery. Let's just take the word some. Usually when I have some water, some homework, I have some clothes on my floor and I need to pick them up, right? And let's look at a different sentence. The second sentence that says types of skullduggery. Well, I'm going to take the structure, types of blank, and I'm going to plug in a totally random word. Types of houses, types of cars, types of pizza, types of gardens. So this is a great technique to use to try to figure out part of speech, right? We just take the structure and we plug in something unrelated and we plug in words that we know the part of speech of. Types of houses, well, types of cars, we know that cars and houses are nouns. Skullduggery is a noun. So let's look at this first sentence and see if we can figure out what skullduggery is. Young Indiana Jones was up to some skullduggery. Okay. Well, he's taking a test and he's got a shovel and some skulls. I don't really know what that means. I can't tell based on that sentence. So let's look at a different one. Let's look at that middle one. In order to capture ships at sea, pirates would practice all types of skullduggery to gain an advantage over their prey. Okay. Pirates would practice all types of what? If I'm a pirate ship and I want to capture another ship, I might use some trickery. Maybe I make it seem like my ship is sinking and I need help, so I might wave the white flag. I don't know if it's actually the white flag. You might wave the flag signaling, oh no, like we need help, and then as soon as they get close enough, you jump on board and take it over. Let's see if trickery makes sense in that other sentence. After his arrest, he admitted to numerous counts of trickery. Okay, that makes sense. If somebody's being arrested, they might have done something that was suspicious, right? And that's exactly what skullduggery is. It's a suspicious behavior. It is it's trickery. So very good. So here's our agenda today. We're going to take some notes. I'm going to assign your poem prompt. You're going to take a really short quiz, and then you are going to finish your 3 poems. 1 poem for Monday, 1 for Wednesday, 1 poem for today, and then you're going to submit all 3. All right? So, without further ado, let's take our notes. Our first type of poem, drum roll please, is a ballad. So a ballad is a poem that tells a story. That's what it is. Usually ballads are written in 4-line stanzas, and 4-line stanzas are called quatrains, which makes sense. Think about a quad bike would have 4 wheels. So a quatrain is a stanza that has 4 lines. But basically all a ballad is a poem that tells a story. Usually they rhyme. Usually they rhyme A-B-A-B or A-A-B-B or A-B-C-B. Not always. And a lot of times they're set to a song. The word ballad is French for dance song. So go ahead, hit pause, and copy down that definition. And I'm going to give you an example of a ballad. This is a ballad that I am sure you hear every Christmas time. It's called A Visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. Do you recognize that poem? I'm sure that you've heard this poem before, and later on in the poem we hear on Comet, on Prancer, on something, on Vixen, right? All the different reindeer. Now, how do we know that this is a ballad? We can tell it's a ballad because it tells a story. This tells the story of the night before Christmas when St. Nicholas comes and brings presents, right? How else can we tell it's a ballad? We can tell it's a ballad because it kind of sounds like a song and because it rhymes. Now again, ballads don't have to rhyme, but a lot of times they do, right? A lot of times songs rhyme as well. So let's label the rhyme scheme. We have house, and you remember what we do with the first line? We label it A, and then we see if the last word of the next line, mouse, does that rhyme with house? Yes, so we label it A. How about care? Does that rhyme with house? No, so we label it B. How about there? That rhymes with care, so we label it B. Now how about beds? C. How about heads? C, because it rhymes with beds. Now cap, does that rhyme with A or B or C? No, it will be the next letter, which is D. And then our last line, which is nap, rhymes with cap. So there we go. All right. So once again, a ballad is simply a poem that tells a story. So what we are going to do now is you are going to take a very short quiz. So what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to put away all your notes. And the reason for that is this quiz isn't worth very many points, okay? It's a way for me to see what you know and what you don't know. If this is a way where I can learn as a teacher, I need to know, okay, shoot, I did not do a very good job teaching you what an ode was, okay? So this is an opportunity for me to learn and for me to see what you know and how I can help you. So please put your notes away, and I'm going to show you now on Google Classroom how you can get to the quiz. All right, so right here, you can see, here's the video you're watching right now. The quiz is right here. You'll click on it. It'll pop up, and the first thing you'll do is you'll type in your name. So I'm going to say Milo O'Brien. Please write your actual name, though, so I can give you a grade. You'll answer the question, what is a stanza? I'm just going to write gibberish, okay? Then I'll hit next. And then you're going to go through and you'll see there are 6 poems. And you're literally just going to click the type of poem it is. Now, each one only has one answer. I'm going to go through and answer all of them as haiku, which is not correct. I'm just doing that because I want to show you what to do at the end. So there are 6 different types of poems. You'll select which type of poem each one is. Then you'll hit submit. All right. And then I want you to hit view score. And that's very important because it'll tell you how you did. And it will also show you the right answers if you got one wrong. So it's very important that we learn from our mistakes, right? So hit view score. And then what you're going to do is you are going to compose a ballad today. All right, so this is the last poem for this week. And again, let me show you. You go to classwork, and it's poems 4, 5, and 6. You already wrote a limerick and an ode, and now today we're going to write our ballad. So here's our limerick. There's our ode. And then down here at the bottom is our prompt for a ballad. So here's the prompt. What are some things that have happened at St. Matt's that you will never forget? All right, so I want you to make a list of things you'll never forget. So 1, I ripped my pants. When I jumped the fence for a kickball, I will never forget that. There was the time where I got to be Batman in the school play. That was pretty fun. I also got to be, I don't know if I was Cleopatra, but I was like, I had a wig. Maybe I'll write about the school play, because the plays are always fun, you know. Got to wear a wig. Let's see. Other things I'll never forget. I think I'm going to write about the time where I ripped my pants. And I'm going to embellish the story. I'm also going to pretend like I kicked the ball into the cup, and therefore I got a blizzard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to compose a short ballad which immortalizes that event. Okay, so I'm going to write a poem that is also a story, and this poem is going to be the story of ripped pants and blizzards. Okay, so I'm going to have 4-line stanzas. All right. And I am going to compose a ballad. All right. So maybe it was, it was It was Friday afternoon, and all through the playground, balls were flying skyward, and screams were heard all around. And so you can see, I'm going to try my best to have this poem rhyme. A, B, B. It doesn't have to rhyme, okay? But my poem is going to tell a story. When you're all done with all 3 poems, please hit turn in. And now that you have finished watching this video, go ahead and comment, done! Love you guys. Happy Friday.